may update na tayo doon sa, okay, it's this budget issue is becoming, well, kind of blowing up, right? So now we're hearing from a lot of the people on both sides. By that, I mean yung Congress and also the agency side. And just this afternoon, we got a statement from Bacolod Representative Albee Benitez calling on DPWH Secretary Manuel Bonoan to take a leave of absence whilst the investigation into the flood control projects is going on. Sabi ni Congressman Benitez, you know, when there are questions about a company's finances, you don't ask the accountant to audit himself. You bring in someone independent to find the truth. So out of delicadeza and to help preserve the integrity of the inquiry, I respectfully urge the DPWH Secretary to take a leave of absence while the investigation is ongoing.
Mas mabuti, wag na lang DPWH yung mag-investigate, di ba?
Yes.
It will be investigating itself Meron ding isang proposal na pabayaan na lang yung Commission on Audit to conduct the audit.
Oo, that's what Congressman Benitez is saying now.
But the COA audit takes quite a long time,
It happens the year after the budget is
really part
fully
of the process.
disbursed.
Baka we should be looking at something more immediate.
Which means kung after this year, next year palalabas yung COA audit after everything has been disbursed.
That's typically done naman talaga by COA. I mean, you don't even have to tell them to do that.
O kaya, hindi dapat yung DPWH ang lead.
Yeah.
Kaya kung ipag-lead mo si Manuel Bonoan, dapat mag-lead din yung mga congressman.
Ay, si Ami, di ba?
Di ba? I mean, if you're...
Okay, Ami's back in the saddle.
Correct. So may point ka din.
Mahiya naman kayo, hindi ba? Kung ganyan din na lang, magtatawagan na rin lang kayo
Because,
hindi mag-lead lahat.
Because remember what...
So, ang tanong nga dyan, who will conduct the investigation?
Yes.
Siguro magtawag sa private sector nung nakakaintindi how to audit actually a flood control project.
Yes, because pati si Sec Bonoan said he gave an interview to, was it the radio DZWB, sabi niya, some of these projects were not approved nor proposed nor checked by the DPWH, meaning the executive submits their budget, including all the proposed flood control programs under DPWH. Tapos Congress reviews it, and then during the BICAM, Bonoan is saying that doon nagkaroon na insertions that they didn't know about. So the question there is who made these insertions and where did they go? So he's saying that these new items did not undergo validation nor initial engineering assessments. So
Kaya sino maglilid nga ng investigation? Saka reporter pa ako, Ed. Sinasabi na sa akin ng mga DPWH officials talaga namang messy lagi dyan yung mga politician. And in fact, sila nga daw yung nagpapasok ng mga contractor na hindi vetted ng DPWH. Matagal ng issue yan. Ang tanda ko na. That was a long time ago. Hanggang ngayon tuloy-tuloy pa rin.
Paano namin, that was a long time ago.
Ngayon pa lang siya na-highlight na pinapasok yung mga kontratista na hindi nga approved ng DPWH.
Well, hindi lang yun.
Sinasabi yan
Also, the part of the controversy is that legislators also have a very indirect say, indirect because they're not supposed to have...
They earmark.
No, I mean also in the appointment of
engineers,
district engineers.
Yeah.
It's a part of their lobbying, di ba? You get to lobby for who will be in charge in your jurisdiction. So may ganun din yun.
Hawak mo yung nag-a-approve, ikaw nag-earmark, hawak mo yung nag-a-approve. Ngayon, sabi ni Benji Magalong, pati yung mga kumpanya na kontratista, may-ari na yung congressman.
Well, actually, marami namang congressman na kontratista rin. Anyway.
What's that, Ed? Yes. So dito sinabi ni Mayor Magalong, Ami, I think you missed that interview where he said 35 yung mga lawmakers get on average about 35 to 40%. 35 to 40% of the total budget in kickbacks from the total budget of the project. Tapos may mga other expenses pa yan such that the actual amount of the project itself is only about 30% of the total pie, total amount allocated for it. Si Congressman Terry Ridon is also now challenging Mayor Magalang to show some evidence of this, right? And we will ask him about that, what evidence he has. But from what we know is that si Mayor Magalang has been looking into this for a very long time, and he wouldn't cite his sources. Sabi niya marami na siya nakausap na contractors to verify these. But he, of course, wouldn't give us his sources at that point. But yeah, we'll ask him for proof of that. And now they want to call him to a potential House hearing.
I knew that was coming.
You knew that hearing, you knew that was coming, that he would get invited.
They called him, yeah. Kasi he issued a blanket accusation, of course, with no specific people in mind. Pero you issue a blanket accusation like that, the congressmen are going
Fair
to
enough.
Name
last
names.
back at you and tell you, you're dragging our name through the mud. Might as well tell us who you're referring to, which is also the right.
But you know what? I mean, I don't think anybody at this point disputes that there has been mangling of the budget, that
Yeah.
there is corruption. It's just that it looks like both sides are pointing fingers now, right? So, for example, I started off with the statement from Congressman Albee Benitez calling on DPWH Secretary Manuel Bonoan to resign. Not resign, take a leave of absence. This is coming off the back of an interview that Congressman Benitez gave our sister program yesterday, wherein he said, dun sa Bacolod, they have been pushing these floodgates projects na nasa budget talaga dapat. Pagkatapos, biglang nawala sa BICAM. So, isa din yan sa gusto niyang investigahan. Whereas yung ibang districts naman got over 20 billion pesos. He didn't name which district that was. Pero samantalang yung 300 million nila for floodgates projects, biglang nawala.
Pero kung nawala sa BICAM, hindi
Nakakahilo
kasalanan
yung
ng
mga,
DPWH.
nakakahilo yung mga amount, ano?
Yeah.
Hundreds of millions and billions, and where are they going? Bang-ba pa rin tayo.
Kung nawala sa BICAM, hindi kasalanan ng DPWH yun. Kasalanan ng BICAM yun.
Exactly.
Anyari sa kwarto natin, anyari sa taxes natin.
So,
Whereas the BICAM added 288 billion pesos sa DPWH budget for 2025.
yes.
Di ba? So
Well, that's also why
Kahit nung binawasan, mas mataas pa rin yung budget ng DPWH sa entire education
umabot
sector.
ng 1.1 trillion.
1.007 trillion pesos, to be precise. That's also why Congressman Benitez broke from the majority. He broke away, right? Sabi niya, we don't agree with the current leadership of the House. That's why he decided not to support House Speaker Martin Romualdez. Yung mga sinasabing flood control projects are questionable, and he's saying that basically in Bacolod they're also experiencing it, so that's why he broke away. So now they've got a faction of 5 of them in the House. Now I guess what do we call them? Minority, independent? I'm not sure.
The independent majority only because they support the administration, but they're not part of the actual majority.
Sige nga.
You can't say they're the minority kasi
Because they're not technically the minority.
kasi they're not naman aligned with the anti-BBM.
The traditional opposition.
Oh, and you know the lower chamber is always the bastion of the administration.
Yes.
So
they're...
Sige Ed, sino ang anti... actually, isa na lang na grupo nakikita kong anti-administration dyan, yung Duterte Bloc.
Yung Duterte Bloc. So what do you call them?
Sige nga.
Well, there's still the minority bloc headed by Congressman Libanan, right? There's still the progressives, the minority bloc, yung traditional opposition, basically.
It's not exactly anti-Marcos, huh?
Yeah, but
I mean, if you
know,
go by their positions on raging issues ngayon, mas aligned sila with the administration. Hindi nga natin malaman ngayon kung sino ang position.
well, Yung nga eh.
Kaya ano yung minority? What is the minority ngayon?
Who is the
Mahirap ng
minority and who is
definition
the
of terms
opposition?
natin, ano?
Yeah.
Parang
Huwag natin-
forthwith,
let's
ano?
not call it
Sige nga,
majority-minority
pakifine.
na lang. Para simpleng buhay. Ano lang,
Ano?
BBM, DDS. o ano. BBM,
That is
DDS.
Oh.
oversimplifying our politics. That is the problem, right?
Sige
Hindi,
nga, majority.
paano sa Senate?
How do you make him my
Oo,
everything?
sige. Sa Senate.
Sa Senate?
Hindi mo rin
Simple
pwede
lang
gawin
yan.
yun
Sa Senate, ano lang
eh.
yan? SP, non-SP.
Ah,
I'm sorry.
Ah,
for SP against SP, ganon.
Actually, cheese or non-cheese? Cheese whiz
sige,
or...
sige. Sige, mas madali-dali nga yan, oh. Sa Senate. Tama yun.
Lalong gulo
No,
pa.
but you know, again, you have people
Cheese or
in
non-cheese, di ba?
People in
Are
the
you pro-dairy or non-dairy?
Yes, but you have senators like Pam and Kiko who will not necessarily vote along the majority
BBM.
lines
Kaya nga,
all
but
the time.
But they're pro-cheese.
Yeah, they
Cheese
voted,
sila,
cheese or not
majority
cheese?
they
sila.
voted for him, yes, but that doesn't mean that we should expect them to vote along, admin lines all the time.
Kaya,
right? As they said.
kaya hindi pro-admin or anti-admin. Pro-cheese or not? O
Mas
non-cheese?
madali sa Senate mag-define. Kung sa House, ang mahirap-hirap, ano?
O, sige, gusto mong mas minuansing. Pro-cheese for now.
For now, or
Teka, ang guess natin na
majority.